almost halfway to halfway point of this whole deal?
I'm pleased with how all the guys are playing right now. It's definitely good to have everyone, healthy right now, and all the guys are pushing one another, competing well against each other. We got some young guys getting a lot of reps, so it's going well so far.
You got numbers, obviously. You don't have a lot of experience.
Yeah.
Does Marlon kind of separate himself because of that a little bit?
It does. The fact that the game really slows down when he's in there. He's a veteran guy. Played a lot of snaps in this offense. Played a lot of snaps while he's been here at Tennessee, and it's great to have a guy like that to be an extra set of eyes when I'm away coaching a Jalen Hurd or Devin Young's being coached. Marlon does a really good job of helping all the other guys. So it's good to have a guy like that who's had some reps.
Does he feel pressed or pressured at all a little bit from maybe some of the other guys? Pushed, I guess maybe is a better way.
I think push is a good word. That's what you want. In order to have a really good group of running backs, you have to have a healthy competition. You have to have guys that kind of put a threat in other guys. We got a good mixture of guys. Deverin's a quicker guy that's pushing him to get better. Then you add Alden Hill. Talk about Jalen Hurts. So all those guys bring something different to the table. So they're really pushing each other right now.
Is Hurd taking advantage of maybe getting some more reps with Marlon a little banged up?
He is. Jalen's a smart kid. He's a kid that the most impressive thing that he's done is his lack of pass protection. Just him being able to pick up the techniques and the terminology and the communication with the offensive line. So I think that's what's standing out right now. So every rep counts for him, and the fact that he has taken a few more reps because we're able to let Marlon take care of a little bangs, little injuries is definitely helping him to get those extra reps.
That Marlon's back out there with that bandage in his hand. What does it say for just his ability to come back and how much he's going to grow?
He's a tough kid. He really is, and I tell you what, he's tough. But also the fact that when there's competition, when he sees a couple guys getting more reps and the guys that are making plays when he's not there, it forces you to kind of heal up a little bit sooner. But not to take anything away from his toughness. He's a kid that understands that the running back position, you have to play through pain, and if you don't, somebody else is going to get your reps.
How much work is there with the backs and the offensive line at this point in spring, and is that much of a consideration at all?
There's a lot. There's a lot. The running back and offensive line have to be really tight at the hip. We affect each other. Just from a timing standpoint. The running backs understanding that we each other running backs that you have to put the defender on the block. It's your job to move that defender. So it's a trust factor that the running back has to have and the offensive lineman have to have. And during the spring is where you really build that trust, because in the season things happen so fast and it changes week to week. So during the spring is when you really have to gain that trust between the offensive line and the running back group.
So what's going on up there is obviously of interest to you and the players from a staffing or a position point of view, and who's filling those positions, I guess.
We have to be comfortable with each of those guys. So we do a lot of crossover watching film together. We do a lot of individual walkthroughs with those guys, because those guys have to trust that whoever's back there, they're all going to be the same. Those guys don't know whether Marlon's in the game, whether Jalen's in the game. So it's about building that trust and timing. It's just the small things, just him getting in better shape because of the tempo that we play with. Ball security for all backs is imperative that they continue to focus on that. Just understanding when to get vertical. Understanding, it's different. Now everyone's fast. You cannot run everybody. Just when to get vertical, when to knife it. Understanding that a 3-yard gain is just as important as a 20-yard gain. So those are just the small things that we continue to work on, and he'll only get better with reps. Every practice he's learning, the do's and don'ts, and when we watch film, I think he's able to process it and then go on the practice field and not make the same mistakes again.
With Marlon last year and Rajon, you kind of had a set sort of system.
Yeah.
With the numbers you've gotten, can you do more with more players this season coming up, and do you expect to be able to do that?
They're different. Like I said, the biggest difference is a guy like Devin Young. Adding him to the backfield, putting him back in his natural position, will really allow us to do some things that we didn't do last year with the Rajon and Marlon. So you add him, and then all of a sudden you add, Jalen Hurd. I told the guys today that you better start doing things to separate yourself, because we have 2 more guys that'll be here in a few months. I'm excited about where the running back group is going right now. We have different guys do different things. They're all hungry. Great attitude. These guys take coaching very well. So it's going to be exciting to see how we can use those guys and play a little bit faster by having different guys that can do different things in the game at all times.